Alright, so now we can continue from where we left off. This will be part 2. So, we just got Grandpa Gwyn. We saw that there was a spooky laser thing that hit the Blue Spire. We're gonna go try and head off whatever just came to the Blue Spire. And, yeah. It's a terrible plan, but whatever. It's not actually going to be a whole heck of a lot of grinding for the beginning portion of the game, at least until I get across the water and pick up the next character. Hero is significantly more powerful now that he has his better dagger, and the monsters in the beginning of this game just aren't really tough, and pretty much just by fighting everything that I encounter along the way, I can kill everything I need in the beginning spot. You won't actually end up seeing what ends up being the only like major grindathon, and I might do one other grindathon just for funsies. But ooh, let's see. Let's go ahead and have Hero kill that one, and try and have Grandpa hit that one. The first big one being, of course, the one to use the Lumina bug exploit, which requires me to rack up like 27,000 magic experience. And as you can see, the monsters that I'm fighting right now are giving like, I'm getting like 6 to 8 per battle. When I get to the next area, or the area that I do the grinding, at best I'll see like maybe 50 to 75, but even that one's pretty rare. Based on averages, it comes out to about 36 per battle. So it ends up taking me like 6 hours of, about 6.5 hours of in-game grinding to do it. So I'm not going to subject you guys to that, because that gets really redundant really quickly. Yeah, just beat them up. Whack, whack. So I'm hoping that once, if I can successfully get that bug going, that'll end up making the majority of the game pretty trivial, because I can just equip some of the most broken equipment of the game, and have insanely powerful characters with lots of attacks who also attack every monster on the screen. It's pretty ridiculous. And being able to do that before the epilogue is pretty funny. So I'm hoping I can do that. I tried it once before, trying to see if I could sequence break the game, but that wasn't particularly successful. It seems that the game has slightly more triggers than just, is this item in your inventory? Okay. And there seems to be some other checklist to determine that. So I don't really get to do a lot of sequence breaking, but I can make the rest of the game a lot faster at the cost of a really, really, really slow beginning. I've never actually like tried doing a marathon playthrough of this game, so this is gonna sort of be my first step in that general direction. Just attack the hero. I'll have to heal after this fight. Hero's getting a little beat up. And Grandpa missed. Good job, Grandpa. The post-workout chocolate milks. Hero maybe actually hit them this time. That's better. Still have that thing going on with this stabbing knife. So, non-video gaming news. Today's lifting session went really well. It was the last heavy leg day of this block of training, so I ended up doing a whole bunch of deadlifts and pause squats, and then some machine work just to get extra volume in there. And so that was kind of cool. Just for funsies, I loaded up a 3-plate, 315-pound squat, and paused in the hole for a couple seconds before coming back up. And that was surprisingly easier than I thought it was going to be. I thought that was going to be kind of a stupid grinder, and it only ended up being like a 7 or 8 out of 10 for effort, so that felt pretty cool. Let's see, let's do a little bit of healing here. Full party heal, and in we go. Got this nice ominous music. This place just sounds like bad news. And Grandpa's like, oh, I'm gonna put this jewel, which is the left version of the jewel that you found. And lo and behold, it wasn't enough to open it because there's 2 eyes. And ta-da! Put the other one in, and it's open. Grandpa's like, oh, wow. How the hell did you find one of those, huh? So, yay, we get some treasure boxes and buttons, and this is our first, like, actual dungeon of the game. It's really basic. There's a few switches you have to throw, and you gotta fight some monsters. Ooh. Gotta fight some of the monsters, and all in all, it's not too terribly tough. Just gotta keep an eye on everyone's hit points, because it's a little bit before we can get to another goddess statue to grow. I mean, worship. Mostly worship. Attack. Don't use magic. There you go, hero. Now you're using your thinker. You killed one. Good job. Ooh, 14 pink M. Yeah. The other problem with trying to utilize that bug as early on as possible means that I really have to ration my saves. So, yeah, dying is kind of a huge setback. Attack. Since I can't just gratuitously save in places. The other major setback of it is, since I need to save up 27,000 of the magic experience, I don't get to spend that leveling up anybody's magic. It's not as big a deal for Hero, just because he's not super heavily dependent on his elemental magic. Mostly use him for his sword-based magic, which he gets specifically as he levels up, instead of as he levels up his elemental magic. But for the other characters that we'll be getting, like the next character that we pick up, Ronfar, is a healer, but his best damage-dealing magic also comes from leveling up his magic. So instead of being able to dump a whole bunch of points into that, I have to hope that I can successfully use this bug to break the rest of the game. Otherwise, I'm going to be kind of handicapped for a while. Yay! No. And Grandpa Gwen doing an excellent job of not hitting anything. Yeah. Hey, Hero leveled up. That's pretty awesome. That means he will do slightly better damage. Yes! Ow. Apparently my shoulders are still kind of sore from yesterday. Where am I going? Now I'm getting all turned around. But that's okay. The random battle system is here to punish me. Alright. Tactics, just attack. Get good. Oh, I was hoping Hero would gain enough attack power from leveling up. So, in this game, I don't believe there's any really random number generation to the leveling up system. I'm pretty sure stat growth is all predetermined. So, that is slightly a bummer. But it also does take the getting screwed by the random number generator out of the system, except in regards to when I get a random battle. Yay! So, this beginning segment here is a little bit long, but it's not too terribly difficult as long as I don't get, like, too careless with my hit points. Oh, this is a good one. So this battle, all you actually have to do is kill the red mummy, and then the other ones die. Unfortunately, I believe they all have higher agility than Hero, which means he's going to get... Oh, wow. I guess we're tied. So, normally what ends up happening there is we get Hero gets swarmed with all the little white ones, and then it's Hero's turn to finish the battle. Cool part about those is if you kill the red one, you still get the experience for all the other ones. So that's pretty nice. Let's go ahead and have Gwen heal Hero. Oh, I'm an idiot. Let's try that again, but this time pointed at the right person. I gotta work on my menuing skills. Yeah, Grandpa also comes with a sleep spell. There's only one segment of this game that I actually... might be two. I think there's only 1 or 2 sections of this game where I'll actually actively use the sleep spell, and only one of them is mandatory for it. The rest of the time, it's not necessarily worth it. We pick up another character who basically all of her magic spells have some sort of status element on them, but we pretty much just use them for the damage component. Don't really care about the elemental part. The cool thing about having things put to sleep, though, is they take 4 times the damage on their wake-up hit. So that would be pretty cool if, you know, there were things that had the kind of hit points that was required on. So, yeah. Making it through here. Push the button. Yep, hit the button. Come down here. Random battle. Magic. Oh, Sado. You know what? Yeah, let's not do that. I was about to get adventurous, but then I realized it was a terrible idea. So, instead, oh, Sado. I still have no idea where they came up with Poe Sword for it. I still have to assume it's got to be some sort of translation hiccup, but no idea. But we're finally through. Out of curiosity. That's what I get for speaking too soon. So you see his boomerang magic. It's pretty snazzy. Not enough to kill it. Which actually really sucks. Now, there's pretty much no way for Hero to get to him, because we're blocked off by these guys in front of us. And he's immune to magic in the first place. Or, the sleep spell. But we'll try... It's not the best. Ow. Oh. Well, I'll be. I didn't know that was possible. Learning experience. Apparently Hero can just slip through the 2 mummies there. There's a little optimization to this part of the run. We have to catch these 4 pedestals that are here, and that'll trigger the pieces in the walkway so that we can move on to the next room. But we technically only ever have to hit 3 of the 4 of them. So I can bypass one of them altogether. Yeah, I was afraid of that. Trying to run in this game is very, very unforgiving if you fail. It wastes a whole lot of time with this stupid animation of and then everything just gets to wail on you. So it's a huge pain. So because Hero is out of magic points, we have to kill these the old-fashioned way, one at a time. Whack, whack. Oh wow, that was impressive. Good job, Grandpa. And again. Oh, whack. The good news is, once I make it through to the next room, I can heal up at a goddess statue. So that's not too bad. So just fidget. Alright, beat him up. Go get him. Get him. then he's gonna knock us back. Hooray! He's dead, and Hero is really close to dead. Guess if I were really trying to technically optimize the beginning of this, I would be trying to keep Gwyn dead at all times so that Hero would get Gwyn's half of the experience. But I don't want to get killed, so I'm not going to worry about that too much. Good old random battle system. There was a time in which I would vehemently defend it. But as I get more and more screwed by the random number generator there, I start to welcome games that have slightly more forgiving enemy generation. Ugh, that thing is creepy. Oh dear. So, yeah, skip. And then we get some nice, cute little FMV action here. La 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 da. Da. Oh, those columns are broken. That's probably not a good time. Statue, and we're gonna go ahead and make a safety save here.